Hello Capricorn, it's Ashley. We're going to do your reading for the week of October 17th. We're going to look at a strength, a challenge, and then a potential outcome. If you stick around to the end of the reading, I'll be pulling you some cards specific to the Aries full moon, so you can see what might be coming up for you during that full moon. Now, this reading is not going to apply to every Capricorn out there, so if it does not, I suggest you check your other placements. So let's get into this. If it does resonate, I would love a comment, a like, a subscribe. Your support is very important and appreciated. And we are finally coming out of the Mercury retrograde. And if you have happened to watch your Mercury retrograde bonus, coming in this week, we are actually moving into that post-shadow period. And I did do those bonus readings. I'll link them at the end of this video, where you can take a look specifically at the post-shadow period and what might be coming in for you. We have Mercury going direct, we have Jupiter going direct, we have the Aries full moon. It's going to be a big week. Things finally moving, some clarity starting to show up, and some support from good old Jupiter, which is always lovely. Let's see what we got going on for Capricorn for the week of the 17th. We have 9 of Cups, the 6 of Pentacles, and the 7 of Swords, 7 of Wands. The Ace of Swords, the Hanged Man, and the Queen of Cups. The Hermit, the Page of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. Ooh, we have the Tower at the bottom of the deck. So definitely some sort of incoming message here that might blow your top a little bit, shake things up for you. Some change. This could be movement. You know, the Tower is often viewed in a kind of a negative connotation here, because we don't like change as humans. I'm actually a huge fan of when the Tower shows up, because it often means finally something shifts. Some epiphany. It could be in the form of a message, a download, that kind of thing. But ultimately, it happens so that we break free. You can see these two figures. It looks as if one's falling from the tower and one has already jumped. And so you can kind of take it either way. You know, the more we resist, we'll get shoved out of the tower. But sometimes it's, you know, I would say all the time, it's a good idea to go with the flow when the change takes place and to not resist the change, as it's a form of liberation. Now, in your strength position, we have the message in a bottle. So some sort of epiphany, very well could be this Tower moment, could be some communication coming in from someone as well. Could also be just some sort of synchronicity that lines up for you in such a way that it's like, oh wow, now I see, right? Let's see, we have the 9 of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the Hermit. I want to get a little bit more on this Hermit energy, but I do feel like there's some sort of breakthrough that's taking place. Could for sure be in the form of communication here, with this being the Ace of Swords, and it's something you've been wanting. So it's certainly showing up as a strength. But with this Hermit energy, I almost wonder if it comes from within you as a result of some deep reflection, that you've been doing or that you're going to be doing the week of the 17th. Could be happening because a Virgo is coming in to communicate with you. Or someone that's just been in this hermitage. Someone that has been perhaps really spending some time alone and thinking. And then suddenly they decide to come out with what they've discovered in the form of communication. So we're going to look and see what this might be. Get some more clarifiers here. Now we have air and water energy. We have the Hanged Man showing up as your center card. So again, some sort of perception shift, some enlightenment coming in here. We also have Taurus, Cancer, Pisces, some fire energy showing up as well. What's going on with this Nine of Cups? Oh, the Two of Cups. And the Seven of Wands again. Oh, and I hadn't even paid attention. We have telepathy, transmission, perception, and communication. So you're definitely getting some kind of breakthrough this week. With the Ace of Swords, we have the Five of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. I'm going to get one more there. And the Four of Wands. With the Hermit, we have the Eight of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. So, this breakthrough comes in. I kind of feel like it could go one of both ways here, and I'm feeling both. So take it as it resonates. We'll see how this challenge helps to clarify as well. But what I'm feeling here is that you've really been standing your ground with regards to a soulmate relationship here. And I feel like for some of you, this person comes forward and finally brings you a message that you've been hoping for all along, which is, let's be together, let's build our Ten of Pentacles together. And for me, if that is the case for you, this is someone who rejected you in the past. This is someone who walked away and went into a hermitage, and they finally have had a shift for themselves, and they come forward to communicate that with you. And it's a dream come true for you. If that is not your story, I do feel like perhaps someone has been, again, standing up for some sort of soulmate relationship, really wanting this coupledom to happen. And yet what comes through as a result of this being in the Strength position, this message in a bottle, this Ace of Swords, is that it's finally time to call it quits. This person or yourself could be going into this deeper reflection period, which I'm not surprised at all to see this Eight of Cups with that, but I think upon reflection, you've decided to walk away from this and allow that wheel of karma to finally turn. So if that is your story, I feel like this is something you've been sitting in for a while, trying to hang on to this partnership here. Because I still feel like you felt like it was a deep soul connection. It was something that had potential. It had the ability to become the Ten of Pentacles. It had the ability to be a celebrated union. And you finally get this hit, like, I'm done, I'm walking away, right? Now, in your challenge position, we have mountains. Capricorn, you are the mountain goat. So, while this is showing up in your challenge position, you know, there's nothing about mountains that a Capricorn can't handle here, is what I'm trying to say. You're the sea goat, you're the climber of mountains. That is what Capricorn is all about. But it says stand your ground. So you may very well be challenged to stand your ground here. And I feel like that probably most applies to those who finally get this message from this soulmate that they're like, oh, I messed up, let's be together. There's something about it where you're going to still have to stand your ground and hold your ground here. You can see he's kind of standing up on this hilltop, fighting off these other wands, because things need to be fair for you in this situation. And I think you come to this, I think the Hanged Man showing up here in the challenge, it's not because you can't see this enlightened sudden communication. It's like you knew it was coming, perhaps. But I think why the Hanged Man is here in the challenged row is because you may still have to keep waiting here for this to show up, for this breakthrough to happen. And I think you've probably been doing that, and you're probably pretty tired of it. Kind of waiting for this to show up, this communication. Could be from a fire sign. So let's get some more detail here on what this has to tell us. The Six of Pentacles. We have the Ten of Wands. And the Two of Pentacles. Look at that balance action going on there. And it's gotten so old, is what I feel like with that Ten of Wands. The lack of reciprocity here has gotten so old and stale. And so even if this is a dream come true for you, you know deep down in your bones that you can't tolerate something that's not reciprocal, that's not balanced, that's not even, where you're not getting exactly what you give, and vice versa, right? Let's see, Hanged Man. We have the Four of Swords, so definitely some waiting, reflection energy here. Look at that, Seven of Pentacles. Reflection, waiting, you know, it's been like this constant sitting duck game. With the Page of Wands, we have the World, and the Ace of Swords. So your challenge here is to stop waiting. And I think that you might be in this place because I think on some level you know that it's eventually going to show up, right? I mean, here it is. But I think perhaps it shows up because you quit waiting. You finally say, you know, I am so done with this not being balanced. I'm so done with waiting. I'm calling it good. And you walk away, right? With that Eight of Cups, and look, it turns the wheel. The communication comes in. And so I feel like this is showing up as a challenge because I think that you really care about this person. They're a soulmate. So let's look here in the potential outcome, because that's where we get this telepathy message. Look at all this communication info that's coming in. We have message in a bottle, we have telepathy, and it says transmission, perception, communication. So clearly, something's coming in. Maybe it's this breakthrough, this tower. Maybe it's talking more about this Ace of Swords. We have the Seven of Wands, the Queen of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. I feel like the breakthrough, I feel like the breakthrough that comes in is that you deserve something stable. You deserve something emotionally connected. And you're finally going to stand up for what you deserve here. We have the Seven of Wands here twice. And here, it felt like you were really standing up for this dynamic. And I think you are. I think you have been. You've been waiting, standing up for this, knowing that for sure this person was going to figure it out, come out of their little reverie, and communicate with you, right? But I think what really comes through here is you're figuring out, you're like, I'm done waiting. I am worthy of love. I'm worthy of stability. I'm worthy of permanence, commitment, a soul, intuitive level, psychic bond. So let's look and see what else we get here. I kind of feel like the earth signs are stepping into their badassery this week. The Seven of Wands, yeah, Ten of Swords. Oh, the King of Pentacles. The Queen of Cups. Oh my gosh, it's the Nine of Cups again. With that, we get the Page of Swords. Oh, look, communication. The one you've been waiting for the whole time. The King of Pentacles. We have Justice. So Taurus, Libra, and the Ten of Cups. Oh, lordy, lordy. I do feel like perhaps this is someone that you may have been very committed to in the past. With the King of Pentacles showing up here twice and the Justice card. This could have been a long-term relationship from the past. Some sort of family connection. You may have children with this person. And it feels like, now that doesn't have to be the case. I just feel that based on this King of Pentacles, which I see as permanent commitment, right? And Justice here, it could be that you were married to this person at some point. I feel like okay, so with this Seven of Wands, the Ten of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands here, this person is going to come through right after you called it quits and just, walked away, and now they want a new beginning. So essentially, it's the communication that you've been waiting for this whole time. Now, whatever's been keeping this person from doing this, I don't know. I'm not seeing that here. I'm not seeing their story or their half of the story here, so I can't say why they've been keeping you in this waiting energy. But it's like, as soon as you stop agreeing to that dynamic, and you're no longer waiting, and you're fine with, okay, putting an end to this, then they come in with this Ace of Wands. They want a new beginning here because they see you as the dream come true, and you finally get the thing that you've been hoping for all along. With the Nine of Cups, you finally get that communication that you intuitively knew would show up at some point. And I feel like this person communicates with you that they do want balance. They do want emotional fulfillment with you. But it may actually feel like a total mind blow of a communication here, because I feel like you've just been waiting for so long that when it finally shows up, it's just going to be like, what? Never thought that was actually going to happen. Like, on some level, you felt like, oh, if I just stick with it, this person's going to figure it out. But even then, I feel like you might have been battling with yourself on an intuitive level. Like, do I just walk away? So I do feel like, standing your ground, and that's going to be hard because you care about this person. But it's what turns the wheel. It's what turns the wheel. It's what forces them to perhaps have a tower, right? And pull their head out of their butts. Okay, well, let's look at your full moon message here, Capricorn. The full moon is happening in the sign of Aries, which, by the way, is the opposing sign to the, Libra, which is where we've been having the Mercury retrograde, which I talked about, is coming to an end this week. So it's almost like we go from really having this deep reflection period about relationships, and we return to the self. And that's kind of what this feels like to me, that you do as your challenge. You come back to you. Okay, we got two here. You're very close to achieving your goal. And your hard work is paying off. Look at that, new moon in Capricorn. So I like that combo there. So let's look at any tarot messages that want to come out for the Aries full moon for you, Capricorn. What does Capricorn need to know around this Aries full moon? Three of Cups, Eight of Cups, the Death card. I do feel like something here is coming to an end. And I feel that not just because of the Death card here, but we also have this new moon in Capricorn. Some sort of cycle is closing and opening here, right? And I feel like, we have the Eight of Cups again. I feel like your walking away is what elicits this, you're very close to achieving your goal. This potential reunion here, if you want it. Something to celebrate, for sure. Now, this certainly didn't talk about what you do when this offer finally comes in, right? Now, that's certainly your choice. Once you decide to walk away, they show up. It's kind of up to you whether you accept that or not. But the potential is here. But I think it's because you walk away and call it quits. Very interesting reading, Capricorn. I hope you found that helpful. Like I said, be sure to check out that Mercury retrograde, review that post-shadow period section that I do in your video. This might be showing up in that video. I have no idea. I don't remember my readings once they're filmed and I shut them down. I have to even rewatch them to know how to title them if I don't remember to create a title as soon as I'm done. So I can't remember what it says, but you might find that helpful. If not, I'll see you next week for the October wrap-up reading that will be coming out, and we'll kind of see how things have finally progressed, as that will cover the rest of October, and then we only have like 2 more days of the post-shadow period, so we're finally coming to the end of this long Mercury retrograde phase we've been in, and that will be a welcome change, right? I'll see you then. Bye.